Hi everyone! Today in this video we're going to talk about how to create a contact and how to move a contact into a group. And why would you use a group? Well, say you have a bunch of friends and you don't want to type out all their emails, but they meet together to talk about a book group or a social club. You can create a group using your Gmail account and just put the group name in the to address. So when we compose something, we're writing a message, we would just put the group name up here and it would generate all of the emails of the people in that list so that we don't have to type them. So it's basically a time saver and it makes it very convenient. So let's go take a look at where contacts are. What I'm going to do is click on the Google Apps. This is the Google Suite apps. It's this button right up top here. It looks like nine dots in a square. So I'm clicking on that and I'm going to click on Contacts, which is this button right here. It's going to open a new web browser for me. And this is an institutional email, so we don't have any contacts here, but what we would see on this side is contacts for all the people that we've added to our contact group. So I'm going to create one, and I can do that by hitting the Create Contact button right here or the Create Contact button right here. Either one does the same thing. So let's hit Create Contact. And it asks if I want to do multiple or just one. In this case, I'm just going to use one. And I'm going to do Winchester Technology. This is one of our other institutional accounts. So I am typing in first name, last name. I'm typing in email. And here it's asking me, do I want to label it? So when I'm creating the contact, it's asking me, do I want to put it in a group? Because in this case, when you're looking at contacts, when it says label, it means group. In this case, I'm just going to create this and then we'll show you if you already have contacts in your email, but you haven't added them to a group, we'll do that then. So basically what you need, you could add a phone number if you wanted, you could add notes. Here it says company, job title. In this case I don't need it, I'm just going to add the name and the email address because that is the information that I have for this contact. So I'm going to hit save right down here. And it created a new contact for me. So it shows me a summary, contact details, the name, the email address, and if I wanted, I could edit this contact, I could star the contact, I could click on the More Actions button and print, export, hide from contacts, delete. In this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit the little X button and it's going to close that little pop-up. And now I have a contact. So we can see if I click on contacts, I have one contact, Winchester Technology, and the email address for that institutional email. So, say I want to add this to a group. Let me create one more contact so we have examples. I'm going to just do create contact. So I'm doing the email address for the children's department. And that's all set. And there are two emails there. So now what I'm going to do is I have the ability to move these into a group. I haven't created a group yet. And when I say group, what I really mean is a label. So we're looking over here on the left side of the screen and we see Create Label. And I want to tap on that because I actually want to create a group for these two email addresses. And you can do up to as many email addresses, up to as many contacts as you have to add them to a group, but just know when you email that group, it's sending it out to everyone who's in that group. So in this case, I would do Winchester Public Library as the label, and I'm going to hit save. And when I look over here under labels, Winchester Public Library has shown up. It's cut off just a tiny bit, but I know that this is a label. And now what I can do is I can click on the contacts and add them to this label. So I'm going to hit the checkbox right here, and what pops up in two different places is I could edit the contact and add a label right here, or I don't want to do it that way, but I could. So if I checked off this box, I could hit edit and I could move to a label. I could hit more actions and change label. So in this case, when you change label, see how this one shows up? It's because it's our only label. If we wanted, we could create another label and just say working group. Say we're on a committee and we have a working group. Now we have two labels. When we go over to WinChild and we still have it checked off, we hit more actions. Now there are two labels, but I don't want to put this email in working group. I actually want to put it in Winchester Public Library. So if I click on Winchester Public Library, this blue check mark shows up. And now it means that I have one email in the Winchester Public Library. So I can go over to labels on the left side, and it shows that I moved that one into labels. Now I'm going to move it out because I want to show two more things that you can do. So I'm going to check on it. I'm going to go here to change to the three dots again, and I'm going to click on the label again. And when I click on the label again, that little blue check mark disappears, and it's going to move this contact out of labels. So when I click on Winchester Public Library, there are no contacts in there at the moment. But I'm going to go back up to contacts, and I'm going to click on more than one. And I'm going to move them both into a label by using this Manage Label buttons at the top of the screen. And I'm going to move them both into Winchester Public Library. And I'm going to hit Apply. And now both of these contacts have been moved into Winchester Public Library. So you can move more than one person. You could go through your entire contacts list and select the email addresses that you want to move into a group. You can also search for them. Now, we only have two examples here, so we don't need to use the search function. But if you have lots of contacts, you want to use search to just find the contact and then manage the label, right? So I searched for Winchester Tech. It popped up with a summary of this contact, and I can add it to a group by changing the label and tapping on adding it to Winchester Public Library. Right? And now I can see that label shows up right underneath the contact. So I think that's about it for managing labels. Let me know if you have any questions. Please contact us at the Winchester Public Library.